obviously a good opening night. I thought it was just a really professionally kind of played game. Elite pitching. I say it all the time. I've told our arms this. The starting pitcher really sets the tone for the whole game. And I thought Heater did an unbelievable job of that. Not just with the success he had, but just on the attack, kind of setting the tone for what we're going to be not only during the game but this year. I thought he was absolutely outstanding. Just a really well-pitched game. Hagen Banks, outstanding. Shat comes into a mess there in the second and quiets it real quick and execute pitches. And that guy to my left, obviously great at bats, was kind of a spark plug all around for us, not just with the bat in his hands, but stealing some bases, creating some stuff, getting himself into scoring position. So just a really professional game. It wasn't an awesome night to hit it to Joe. I like when the wind blows the other direction. I think he probably disagrees with me a little bit. But we stung a couple balls, didn't have a lot to show for it. I thought we had a really, really tough at-bats early, and their arms did a great job, man, mixing pitches, really good changeup out of them, some different looks with some different things. And they didn't give us much for free tonight. I know we had a couple mistakes there that added to a couple more runs, but also took some runs off the board with their defense. So just happy to get that first one out of the way. There's so much anticipation and build up to opening day. It's great to come out and get that first one out of our way and kind of set the tone for not only the weekend but the rest of the year.
With opening day, obviously everybody's so excited. You finally get to play another team. How does this compare, right? For you, you've obviously done opening days before, not here, right? So what was it like here after all this build up to finally?
Yeah, honestly, I'm not a super emotional guy. My wife still gives me a hard time because I didn't cry at our wedding. And I got a little teary-eyed out there during the national anthem, to be honest with you. It's seeing the students pack it out there. I just know how hard these kids work, and how hard these guys and how hard our coaching staff works. Those assistant coaches, man, between JJ and Pap and Mo, those guys have put so much time and effort to not only assembling this team, but watching them coach on a day-to-day basis. And, this day it's exciting. And I told our guys yesterday, it's just got to be another day for us. I think opening day gets a lot of build-up and a lot of excitement. Sometimes you try to do more and can't perform. And I thought our guys had a really business-like approach today and really professional on a day that maybe was the easiest day to score runs. We did enough and obviously had elite pitching and elite defense.
Mm-hmm. And just for the players, for opening day's finally here. So what was it like out there?
I thought it was what I expected. We had a really good crowd out there in right field, so I really hope that can stay the same. And but everything else was up to par. It was really cool.
Coming off injury, for you especially, to have a game like that as your first game, how does that feel for you?
Oh yeah, it feels great. I mean, we got the win. I went out there, I had a plan. I attacked the strike zone, got ahead early. Our defense played great, but it feels great to get out there and pitch. It's a ton of fun, especially when everything's clicking on defense and I could trust the guys behind me. And the wind was blowing in, so I didn't really, I kind of just was able to go out there and be pretty carefree and let it fly. But super happy to get the win. And super happy to be back out there.
TJ, you had some good trips to the dish tonight, but particularly your first one, that was a really good piece of hitting, and you came around to what you were seeing. What did you see throughout the night that allowed you to have that success?
I think it was pretty obvious that I didn't get a lot of fastballs tonight. I feel like that's probably going to be majority of the season, but it's just going to be making adjustments mid at bat, leaving the pitches down and seeing them up. So, in my first at bat, he threw me a lot of changeups, and I was able to just put the bat on the ball and find the hole. So I was happy I could do that for my team.
TJ, you face being in inter squads. What makes him a challenging at bat?
We call him Heater for a reason, man. He got a great fastball. So when you get stuck on that and he flips you one of those curveballs, you just kind of get thrown out of whack. So it's a really tough at bat, and the ball gets on you. Changeup's good, curveball's good. There's nothing not to like about him. As a pitching coach.
Thank you.
So, I got you.
And Ben, after last year, the season obviously didn't end the way you wanted. What was that off season like? And I guess it was all pointing towards tonight and getting back, right?
Yeah, so I had a lot of people around me to help support me, the staff here, the training staff. And so really the off season was just, about getting healthy first and foremost. Once I reached that goal, then, you turn your focus towards performance coming out here and giving the team a chance to win. So, it was a long off season. I think it was like 322 days since the last time I pitched.
Not that you're counting.
Yeah, but you know, like I said, it just felt great to be back out there with the team, and we're all super excited. So.
Were there times where you wondered, okay, am I going to really be back here and pitch, or was there always that confidence that this night would happen?
Yeah, no, I've been pretty confident that, you know, I mean, I've been through injuries before. As a baseball player, you go through injuries. You know, it's part of the game. And so I knew that if I kind of just stayed the course and focus on the day-to-day, that I would get back to this point and, you know, be back out here playing with my team.
Coach, 15 strikeouts for your stable of arms that you ran out today. That's a big part of the approach, I would presume, what you want to see. But how confident are you going forward after seeing that on opening night?
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously great. I mean, like I said, we have to try to face this guy in inter-squad, so I know what a tough at bat it is. And, man, credit Manhattan, man. Those are some tough kids, and I knew that coming in. You don't play for Dave Miller. You don't go to Manhattan without having some grit and toughness to you. And they competed. They haven't been outside a lot. And trying to face this guy after not really preparing a whole lot for that is tough, you know, and they competed. But it's just a testament to JJ and his group of guys that works with him and to the arms we have. There's no secret we have talent on the mound. There's talent everywhere around college baseball. But I think what our guys do at an extreme level is they don't forget what makes elite pitchers elite. It's not just the stuff that comes out of their hand. It's their plan. It's their mentality. It's how they attack. And I hear it preached on a day in and day out basis. And so, I mean, any day we go out and punch out guys like we did tonight, it's obviously a good feeling, but it's not surprising to me watching the way these guys prepare. You know, they prepare at a level that it's kind of unfamiliar to a lot of people. And so, you know, you roll out, and that's what you like to see. You know, I said that this team's going to hit a lot of homers and strike a lot of people out. It's going to be a fun brand of baseball to play, and you got to see half of that tonight with the way the arms threw.
Rob, when you see the box scores from around the SEC tonight, you're going to see a lot of aces that didn't really pitch like aces. What makes it challenging when you have all that buildup to come out and execute the way that Ben did?
Well, I think how you manage expectation and managing pressure speaks to the maturity of our staff, you know, and the maturity of this guy right here, to be honest with you, because I mean, everybody, you look around the league, there's expectation from all these guys between the Hagen Smiths and the Drew Beams and all these. I mean, there's elite Friday night guys around the country. And what's even more impressive for him is I think he had 2 preseason outings because Bozo rolled his ankle walking his dog when he first got back. So for only having 2 outings to come out and be as sharp and efficient as he was is, again, not a surprise, but just speaks to his preparation. And when I talk about preparation, I think everybody wants to talk about drills and bullpens and all this stuff, but a lot of that's between the ears. And I know how much him and JJ work on that along with the rest of our staff. And I think that's what allows you to kind of fall back to your preparation. When JJ prepares the staff the way he's prepared these guys, it allows him to step out there with some freedom and go send it. And that's exactly what you saw tonight.
TJ, the outfield is a new look position group this year for this program, even though you guys do bring previous experience. Very productive group today. Specifically, what's your confidence level in the guys beside you out there and where you are right now?
I'm extremely confident, man. We have pretty good chemistry with those guys, and you know, I feel like we can cover a lot of ground out there. So I think it's just going to be a lot of, you know, you guys just watching and seeing the balls we get to. But you know, I think we can cover a lot of ground. We got pretty decent arms. I mean, I think mine is the strongest, but yeah, I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be pretty fun out there.
One thing I noticed, your starting 9 today, a whole lot of left-handed hitters. Is that just the way things fell out, and how do you see that progressing when you face some of these, you know, Hagen Smith, some of these lefties? Yeah, no, we do. We're pretty heavy left-handed. I wouldn't say that's maybe intentional. Obviously, when you step in year one, you're trying to. We went in very, very consciously this offseason, looking at what we had returning in the Camden Hayslips, the Hodos, the Eblins, those guys that are coming back that have some experience here. And we kind of went out more and said, let's go get experience. Let's go get guys that are produced. And it ended up being quite a few lefties, and it is. You know, we have some abilities, like they're going to throw a lefty at us tomorrow. We have the ability to match up with some right-handed hitters too. I mean, it'll be a lefty heavier lineup. But the good thing is we've got some lefties that we face every day. You know, we face Alton Davis all the time. That guy's an elite left-handed arm. So our left-handed bats get a lot of work on it. We spend a lot of time in practice. Those guys see a lot of stuff from the left side and are preparing for that. So, man, you face some of these hard-hitting lefties in our league. It ain't fun anyway, but we'll be ready for them. We have the ability to match up a little bit with some right-handed hitters if we need to.